Hey my friends, welcome to the Vitruvian Live. Today is Monday, March 18th. A new Monday, a new week, back to work. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. I had a hard time waking up this morning, didn't feel like working, but a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, right? So, but I'm back home. I don't have that much time. I have an appointment with the doctor. Because my medication to sleep better and stuff like that is, I've run out of it. So, and last week he was on vacation apparently, so I couldn't go earlier. So I had to sleep a couple of nights without my medication, and there's a difference. I can tell you that. But anyway, that's why I don't have that much time. So, today is a board game episode because I'm going to talk about some board games that I played this weekend. I went to some friends of mine to play some games. Elisa couldn't join us because she had dinner with her work, with some colleagues from work. And so I took some games that we could play with 3 players, and later my sister would join as well, so with 3 or 4 players. And we started out the evening with an appetizer, Fantasy Realms, which is a game that I'm starting to take everywhere with success. Now, I was pretty good at this game. My stats were pretty good until Saturday. I played a 3-player game, which I lost, and then I played a 2-player game while the other one was cooking, and lost again. So, but this is a great game. I talked about it before. Very simple idea of a game. You have, I think, many cards? 53 different cards in this deck, and you start with a hand of 7, and around each turn you draw a card from the draw pile or from the discard pile, and you have to discard one into that discard area. And when there is a 10th card in the discard area, the game ends and you score the 7 cards that are still in your hand at the end of the game. And they all are very thematically, they can synergize with each other. A very cool system, very cool idea. Very simple idea actually, but I like these ones very, very much. This would have been in my top 100 if I had done it a little bit later. Then we went to a new game. So just before I went to my friends, I went to my local game store. Well, it's not really a game store. It's someone who has a store where he lives in his attic. Has decent prices, very good customer service. That's why I like buying there. And I bought Res Arcana, which is how do I call it? It's kind of an engine building game by the designer Tom Lehman, which is the designer of Race for the Galaxy and Roll for the Galaxy. And you might know that I really, really like Roll for the Galaxy. Now, I've played this 3-player game, and I played this also yesterday with Elisa, a 2-player game. I think it's better with 2 players. It goes faster. It goes back and forth really quickly. You do one action, then the other player does an action until everybody has passed, and you're trying to create this engine out of a deck of 8 cards, 8 random cards. You can draft as well. That's what we're going to do next time, because now it was a little bit too random, and it gives you some resources, and with those resources you want to buy monuments or places of power that can be used as well to get resources, but more important, to score points. At the end of a round where someone scored more than 10 points or 10 or more points, the game ends and the one player with the most points is the winner. A very cool game. I like it quite a bit. I really like it, honestly. But it was too random for the first time. I warned Elisa the first time. I said it's going to be very random the first time. Next time, this is a learning game. Next time we'll definitely do the drafting bit. But this was just to learn the game, and next time we're definitely going to use the drafting variant. Then on Saturday as well, we played a 4-player game. So my sister joined us, and I really wanted to play this game 4-player because this kind of fell flat with 2 players. But I was pretty sure it would work with more players. And so we played a 4-player game of Villainous. In this game, each player plays a Disney villain. And each villain, that's a cool thing about this game, each villain has their player board with 4 locations on it. Very thematic, because it's linked to the movie of which the villain is. And you also, each one has its own different objective. Maleficent wants to have a curse on each of the 4 locations. Prince John wants to have 20 power tokens, which is the currency in this game. I was Jafar, and I wanted to get the magic lamp into my palace, but first I had to get into the Cave of Wonders, which was the location that was still closed. I had to hypnotize the genie, so he was under my control, and then I had to bring back the lamp to my palace or whatever it was. While my sister was, was Captain Hook, and he had to find Peter Pan and get him to his ship and defeat him there. So very different ways of winning, and that was very cool. We were thinking that Prince John, that Hans was playing Prince John, that he was going to win very quickly because he raised a lot of money very quickly. But you have the chance of doing this action where you put heroes that are also connected to that villain. So, for example, with Prince John, you had Robin Hood and Little John. And you can place them on locations which make their locations less powerful and which, well, block him a little bit. So he has to defeat these heroes with allies and stuff like that. Very cool. It's a cool game. This is actually a mass production game. It was first, I think, a Target exclusive in the United States. I imported it from the UK a while ago, but this is a good one. I really like it, and there is an expansion out or on its way with 3 more villains. Pretty cool. Then yesterday with Elisa, as I said, we played Res Arcana 2 players, which I liked. And I also bought the expansion for Shards of Infinity, the Relics of the Future expansion, which added less cards than I hoped. It's not the smallest expansion box. Well, it's small, but still, it were only 32 cards in this box. So it was a little bit disappointing to see what was in the box, but it adds some cool things for each character. So at the beginning of the game you choose a character, which in the base game didn't mean anything. There wasn't any difference between the 4 of them. Now you have 2 cards for each character, and as soon as you hit 10 knowledge, I think it's called, you get to take one of these 2 cards and put it in your discard pile, so it can come back later into your hand and be played. And they're very, very powerful cards, but you have to choose one of them. You cannot have both of them. So that makes your characters a little bit more special, and you can maybe push you into a direction you want to play. Still liking this game quite a bit. There's still room for improvement. It was in my top 100. I hope they keep thinking about great ideas to make this game even better. But so far, so good. I'm liking this game still quite a bit. And that was my game weekend. That's it for today. Not going to talk about anything else. Maybe the hand. Yes, I've been having pain on my wrist for a couple of days now. Don't know where it comes from, but it hurts. So I probably let the doctor take a look at that one as well. But hey, we'll see. Anyway, thank you for being here today. I will probably see you next time on Wednesday, and well, hope to see you then as well. Thanks again for watching, for commenting, for liking, subscribing, and just for being the bestest, coolest, greatest community in the world. See you soon. Bye bye.